all day and all night long. They don't call me Cutty, I throw my life down. They don't call me Cutty, I throw my life down. They don't call me Cutty, I throw my life down. They don't call me Cutty, I do my life down. They don't call me Cutty, I throw my life down. They don't call me Cutty, I throw my life down. They don't call me Cutty, I throw my life down. All day and all night long.
Hey, what was happening with everybody? It's the Cuttacation show, the Kick Back. It's your boy Cutty Slim. What it do, relatives? And today I have a guest. He's more than a guest. He's my homeboy. He's my family. He's my brother. He's the world Olympian. He's the oldest guy to ever run in the Olympics. He's a producer. He's an entrepreneur. His hands is in all kind of things. It's my boy. Let's give it up for Monzavous Rae Edwards.
Yo, okay, first off, I got to correct you on one part. And then we're going to talk about that after I correct you. Because it'll make more sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that's what we're talking about. But yeah, that's right there.
Because I always had to make sure I tell everybody the story right. I did not or was not able to compete in Rio. But I still was, and damn, as to date, the oldest sprinter to actually qualify. But me not being able to run, that's the story in itself.
Y'all hear that? He's the oldest sprinter to qualify to be in the Olympics. So that's still good. That's still good. We don't give a fuck. That's still good.
But hey, you know what though? I'm be honest with you. What we coming up on right about a year from that last summer, whatever. And but I still ain't really told the whole story of
I know. I remember you had it. I know it was all in the. They talked about it. Was an article about it. I see it on. They was way in because you from. Let everybody know where you're from. First of all, Rico Bobby's not here today. He got some little family thing going on. It's Father's Day. So, by the way, happy Father's Day. It is Father's Day. We're recording this.
Oh yeah, shout out to Father's Day to all. Hey, happy Father's Day to y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, righteous. But Rae, tell us about who you are first and where you're from and all this right here, and then we gonna,
no doubt.
The fact that you're from Alabama and Alabama newspaper was talking about him, and talking about the situation he's telling y'all about.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, born and raised, you know what I'm saying, from Opelika, Alabama. I know folks when they hear Opelika, the first thing they think about is Florida. They be like,
not that one.
No, not that one. I mean, but it just is crazy at that one too now.
First thing I heard was old black Alabama. I'm like, what?
See what I'm saying?
Old black Alabama. Yeah, there's some old black people in Alabama.
Hey, Opelika, Alabama.
Okay.
Opelika, Alabama. See how you know from Alabama? Because
there you go.
Our words run together. So but
that's what I heard. I'm like, hey, Jose on the mic. I'm gonna cover for.
By
Rico
the way,
Bobby.
y'all, Jose on the mic here.
Still running the board.
He's running the board though, but you never know when he's going.
Hey, you can't make nothing happen without the man running the board. That's the most important man in the room.
That's it.
Sometimes
the guy who's running the beers for you.
Sometimes he won't say nothing. I know when he had the headphones on. Sometimes when he's not sitting in front of the mic, he's not talking at all. But he got that mic right there by his chin.
There he does.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up in Opelika, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Population back, then probably about 36,000. We don't grew a whole lot. And coincidentally, it's really off of the success of our sister city, which is Auburn. So our university is like,
so that's
it's like we share like a mall. We share.
So it's like
the hospital. We share the same hospital, the same newspaper, all that. So with a lot of success that they had down there, it just kind of poured money over enough to that our city could grow, with theirs, whatnot. So
that's why you're an Auburn fan.
Are
you Alabama or Auburn?
Well, don't you start cursing at me on Auburn.
I know you're the other Tiger, man. I root for the real.
Damn, we gonna get personal up in here.
Hey,
I root for the real Tigers.
Hey, I don't know nothing about that over there, but
LSU guys, the Bayou Bengals.
Everybody know in Alabama it's serious down there. Like our rivalry is serious. Like when you come out the womb, before you can say mom and daddy, you got to pick something. Roll Tide or War Eagle. It's crazy down there.
That is crazy down there. You have to see it live though, to really get the full effect.
Man,
you can from up here you can sit there and think about you know what's going on. Hell no, you get up in that bitch. I promise you, man.
They still having fights like the
What?
boys over there.
Dude,
in
they'll start,
England behind
man, they'll start dropping.
They fight behind the soccer game over
Bro,
there.
I'm gonna tell y'all how serious it is.
They drop brass over there. Or some shit.
We got at Auburn. Well, we had and we had these trees that's on
Yes.
Toomer's Corner, right? You know what I'm saying? And these trees are like the most famous trees in the whole state because you know, I mean, they are magnolia, so it's been there for like hundreds of years.
Yeah, we got magnolia
And that's
trees
where
in Louisiana.
we would after every football game, we would roll the tree if we won, or like graduations, or so like. People would take pictures, graduate pictures underneath there, take their baby pictures underneath that tree.
Yeah.
And then one year, you know what I'm saying, like when we beat Alabama, dude, one of the fans was so mad he came up there and poisoned the tree.
Yeah, he
killed
did.
the tree.
Yeah.
They had
I
to take the
remember
tree
that.
up. Yeah, real life. I mean, they gave him.
That's
you know
some
what
real
I'm saying,
hate
like,
right there.
Yeah.
It is.
How you gonna take it out on the tree?
On the
Take
tree.
it out on the tree.
But it wasn't even the fact about the tree. It's like, man, he killed a whole lot of folk memories, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
Yeah.
folk had they graduation underneath that tree. You
Yeah,
know, they
milestones
first,
and
you know,
stuff
yeah,
right
like
there.
that was where he killed, man. He killed a lot of memories. Like he went too far with it, you know.
Yeah, he did.
So I said the judge must have been an Alabama fan because they ain't do nothing to him.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Was it the white man that did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the white dude did it.
Yeah,
Of course,
Nah,
he
you
got
know,
away
we
with
ain't-
it anyway.
Yeah, we ain't finna do nothing like that. We ain't. First of all, we ain't know how to poison no damn tree.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, what are you gonna get that from? Like, how do you do that? Like,
We don't think hurting the tree is gonna hurt your feelings anyway.
exactly.
We
like-
probably go to hurt one of your relatives or something.
Take it out
Well,
on the
not our
dog.
relatives. Shout out to the relatives again. Y'all tuning in to the Cuttacation.
All right, so
Kick
but
Back Show.
you know, but yeah, I got off topic. But yeah, I spent 17 years of my life there in Alabama, and then when I moved, I just kind of bounced around because of track and field. I spent a little time up in Kansas City. I spent a little time down in Gainesville, Florida.
That's a lifesaver spot.
And then eventually ended up here in Texas. What, back in 09?
That's when I met
Yep. When you met me, I had only been down here probably like
you.
a month or two. Yeah, I ain't really. Yeah, it was only like a month or two.
Then me and Ray, we met. It was very. I wasn't even trying to meet nobody that night. I remember. This is the kickback though. You gonna hear you might hear some dice in the background. That's 50 Cent coming, y'all. We got some. Oh yeah, shout out to MA. She's in the kitchen cooking. I told y'all, man, who goes to a kickback and ain't no food there. There ain't no such thing as kickback with no food. Have all them girls mad at you. You invite some chicks to your kickback. Ain't no food there. But me and Ray met, man, in 09 when he first moved out here, man. And I was just out and about with somebody, ducking off and trying to go home. And she introduced me to Ray. Ray's a producer too, y'all. Ray has a lot of his boo. We gonna get to that part later. He moved out here in 09. Go back again. You moved here in 09.
Yeah, 09 I moved out here, and rightly when I moved out here in 09, man, I came down here in just my car. You know what I'm saying? Like from Kansas City, because I was up there running track and it just wasn't fanning out the way I needed to fan out. Because 08 I was at the Olympic trials, whatever, and I didn't make the team. But when I was there in 08. At the actual Olympic trials, I ran my fastest time of the year, which was 10:06, and it wasn't fast enough to still make the team. So at that point in time, I just, started coming up with, a realization like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an ignorant person, so, and I was up there in Kansas City for a couple of years, and I kept getting the same results, you know what I'm saying? Then once you're able to put out as much as you can put out, and you still don't make it, then it's time to start, reassessing some stuff. Mm-hmm. So when I got back to Kansas after the Olympic trials, I kind of sat down with my coach and everything, man. I was like, this is some of the stuff that I know that we didn't do, that I think that we probably should do, because we got to do something different, because I literally just ran the fastest I can, and it wasn't good enough. So we got to do something else. So I was up there for a little while, and then, he started, he started adhering to it, in the beginning. But then right around like January, it kind of fell off. So I was like, man, I had came down to run a track meet in Houston, and back in that time it was March, so it was still cold in Kansas City. So I decided to stay down here with one of my friends, and from March to April. So then the weather was getting right, and I was running better when I was down here. Yeah. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post up in Dallas for a little while. So I stayed on my homeboy couch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was driving back and forth to track meets or whatever. So then, I ended up running a little faster. And I went back to Kansas City, and I told my coach, I said, man, you know what? I don't think I don't think I want to stay up here no more. And he was like, well, I wish you would, consider staying up here to, so you can at least help with the younger guys. And keeping in mind, this is 2009. And then so when he told me, he wished I could stay up there to help with the younger guys, in my mind said, it's like you trying to tell me that my career over with.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, so at that point, I was like, nah, man, I don't feel that way. So I came down here, man, and then that same year, which was 2009, I was sleeping on my homeboy J-Mac couch, and I made the Team USA that year. I finished 3rd in the 100, and it put me on the team for Berlin. And then that same weekend, Nike gave me another contract. That was my 3rd Nike contract. But that one was the one that set me up.
Yeah,
there you go.
They took care of me then on that one. They took care of me, so. But yeah, that, and then I've been in Texas ever since then. Like I literally never went back. Never went back up there.
Look at here. If you can run faster down here than you can in Kansas City,
Yep.
you know what? They got barbecue down here.
Hey.
Tell me you ain't rushing. You're a tropical nigga.
Hey, but real talk though, man, I can't take nothing away from, my coach that was there, man. That man's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a complete amazing coach. It's just that it wasn't his coaching. It was the facilities and the weather. We didn't have the facilities that we needed to get better. We didn't have the doctors and the chiropractors and stuff at our disposal to get better.
Right.
And then when it's cold, still in April, and you outdoor runners, it's hard, to get outside in that type of weather. So it wasn't my coach, man. Everybody begged my coach to leave and go somewhere else, but he's so rooted there because he's born and raised there, He was like 60-some years old. So, it's just one of those things. I hated leaving him, but I knew I had to do what was best for me. So
bittersweet.
Yeah. So
okay, that's what's up. So I remember that when I first met Ray, I didn't even know what he did. We was on some music shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, because my homegirl T was like, hey, yo Cutty, come meet this dude. He make beats, he make tracks, and I was like in the mix of making my album at the time. I was doing my album Louisiaxis, and I went over there and I met him and my boy Ty Israel. Fly Ty, shout out to Ty Israel, shout out. From whips to clips. By the way,
I produced that track too.
Yeah, he produced that track. Get that on iTunes, y'all. Ty Israel. Yeah, I met Ray. It wasn't even about track when I met Ray. It was I was in the process of doing my album, finishing it up, and I needed a couple more tracks. And I spit a 16 to him, and we exchanged numbers, and we probably didn't catch back up with each other about like 2-3 weeks. I kept on calling him. He finally responded back. And
finally got tired of you calling.
He was out of town running track. He was doing track.
I wasn't even here. I was out of town doing
the track. Keep in mind, I didn't even know he ran track. So I'm like, he come to the house. He finally meet me at my crib or whatever. And it was funny though. I'm so crazy. I said, "Say man, bring me a Bud Ice, man. It's a cigarillos." And so he pop up to the house. You know what I'm saying? We playing the tracks, and the tracks going hard too. I'm loving them. And then from on out, we just started. He's like, man, I run track, man, for Nike, man. I run track for USA, man. I run for Nike. He charged me a little bit of nothing for a track. I was surprised how much he was charging me for the track, cause they sounded so good. Hey y'all, shout out this rider right here, Lil Chubby. He want that attention like he always.
Yeah, there he is. Tell you we're gonna call him Chubby Slim from now on.
Chubby Slim right here. say what you want to talk on the mic? Say something. But anyway, I told you that's a kickback. It's real.
Yeah,
it's real. But yeah, okay. And so Ray, what you do now, man? You don't run track no more, man. You retired, right? Last year, this year?
Yeah, well...
you like Jay-Z in the game. He retired by 20 times.
And you know what's funny?
Be like the Rolling Stones out there having a farewell tour every year.
He retired.
It's like their 30th year in a row they've been having a farewell tour.
Hey, what's funny is one of the agents on the circuit, he had said that, like, right when I announced my retirement, he was like, so you going to stay retired for what, this time? 2 months, 3 months?
2 months.
Because this is my 4th retirement.
He had to start counting them on his fingers. I'm like, damn.
This is my 4th retirement. But the ones previous to this, they were more of accident retirements. You know what I'm saying? Like I got hurt like in 2012, and I was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to come back. But gracefully, I was able to come back. You know what I'm saying? Then like 13, same thing. I broke my
I was
jaw.
about to ask you, what made you go back? What made you go back after you retired? Whatever.
Well, I mean, it's weird because I got like a strong connection with track and field, and every time I retired for a reason. I didn't retire because, you know what I'm saying, like I got slow or you know, I couldn't do it no more. It was like, it's literally a reason. Like I say, like before, the first 3 was like because I got hurt. And I was like, you know, when you get hurt, it's like, it's sinking in your mind like, man, I ain't going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? And especially in our sport, if you ain't 100%, you ain't nothing. Yeah. So, you know, but, you know, my whole thing was I would get bored. So every time I retired, I would get bored around January, February. So I just do a little workout. And then do a little, you know, little weight room stuff, and then I was back at it. But this year I retired because, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna tell y'all the story of what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all the story of what happened with the Olympics, and then y'all will probably understand why I retired. So y'all just got
this is what I want to hear.
Just bear through the story because
a moment
don't
of
nobody
silence,
really know it. All right, so here's what happened. Now, I actually have dual citizenship with Nigeria, and what's funny is my mom, she was able to trace our heritage all the way back to Nigeria. Like the first person from our family that came over here, she was from Nigeria, and her name was Carolyn. You know what I'm saying? She brought us on a slave ship, so she was able to trace us all the way back to literally our slavery days. And when they brought her over here, what we call her Grandma Carolyn, she was the masters that took her. Their last name was Edwards in Alabama. So that's how we got the name Edwads. But, you know, I'm originally from Nigeria. So it was funny because in 2013, they approached me to have dual citizenship because there was this new rule that pretty much anybody who was black or whatever in America or anywhere in the world, if you could trace your heritage back to Africa, they would let you compete and have dual citizenship because literally you're actually from there. You're not really from America. So at that point in time, my mom, you know, she was like, oh, yeah,
that's
go ahead.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she was like, yeah, go look it up. Like, really, like, if you're black anywhere in the world, you actually can have dual citizenship in Africa. Look it up because that's where you're originally from.
I get you.
Yeah, so
I'm like, look at you didn't leave on your own.
There you go. So
post up in Haiti.
One day you went down there to get some water up, and then next thing you know, boom, you're on a ship.
Exactly. So either way you look at it now, you got dual citizenship. But yeah, so I had the little dual citizenship, so I actually exercised it when I came back out of my third retirement. Because my third retirement
was like Brett Favre, man.
Yeah.
You just can't get rid of him.
And guess what? Think about it with Ray though. Ray records everything he does.
Yeah.
And he was over there in Nigeria when he first from the time he left DF Dub to where he flew to
Lagos,
Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
He videoed everything.
Yeah, I kept telling people, man, I'm gonna show the part that ain't on Discovery Channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show the real. I'm gonna show the real Africa on the back of the motorcycles.
Shoes sitting on top of the house.
Yeah, the real dirt part of it.
Yeah, it was real dirt.
But anyway, so I did my I exercised the dual citizenship to run for Nigeria from 2013 on. So I did 2003 to 2013 with Team USA. You know, a whole decade or whatever. And then 2013, I knew that my days was like numbered by my decision of when I want to retire anyway. So I was like, I'm gonna finish out my track and field career with Nigeria. So fast forward to Olympic year. So Olympic year, you know what I'm saying? I'm 35, 35 years old, whatever. And I told him,
young pup.
Yeah. I told him, I said I'm gonna qualify for the games, but I ain't gonna run no track meets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm only gonna run one track meet. You know what I'm saying? Which is completely unheard of. Like nobody in history's ever done that. Like nobody. Like it literally, I said I'm going to run at one track meet and I'm gonna qualify. And the thing about it is, like in track and field, you'll run track meets all year long trying to chase a qualifying time. You know what I'm saying? Which is like trying to qualify just for the trials and then trying to qualify just for the Olympics. So I went on some just straight madman Larry Bird, like I'm calling my own shot. So everybody's like, that's not gonna happen. That's impossible. So what happened was, I went down to the track meet in Austin, It was first weekend of June.
Texas relays, right?
Nah, I went to Texas relays. I skipped Texas relays. I skipped all.
I went to Texas relays.
I went to.
It was cool.
Yeah, I took Cutty to a track.
Yeah, man, I passed out there.
Man, yeah, I took
Texas campus.
Yeah, I took Cutty down.
Passed out.
Really?
Man, I was on them dollar margaritas the night before.
Oh,
man,
okay. Yeah, there you go. Something more.
Man,
Yeah, I took him
They got your ball down real nice.
Backpack full of CDs, man. A bottle of Hennessy.
Yep. So did because his album had.
I left the track meet.
His album had
It
just
was hot.
finished.
It was about 90 degrees outside. I walked from the track, the stadium where the Texas Longhorns play at.
Yep.
So we stayed in the university suites.
Yeah, right on campus.
On the campus. And so I walked to, man, it was a crazy weekend. But anyway.
I took him down there to Texas
never go to
relays
Austin again.
and boy, it's
Just don't do the margaritas like you did. You be all right.
No dollar anyway. I went to margarita and called $12. Dollar margarita's gonna fuck you off.
Yeah, that damn dollar margarita, man. You gonna pay for that later.
Well, they got
Man,
piss and
look.
tequila.
Oh, yeah.
That's they sweet and sour mixed piss.
Yeah, you got Pepe's pee-pee in there. That's what
sweet
you
and sour bitches. Fucking sugar and repeat. You ain't put some sugar and repeat in my margarita.
It was crazy. But yeah, so I went down there, first official track meet, and I qualified. I literally qualified at that track meet, and then because the qualifying marker was to get into the Olympic Games, you had to run 10.16, fully automatic. That means it can't be no wind date, it can't be none of that. It got to be under a certain wind. So I literally hit 10.16. I hit literally the marker to get in at my first track meet, first one coming out. And then what I said was
cold bore shot.
Then what I said was I'm gonna do is I said I'm really gonna mess the game up because now I ain't running no more to Olympic Games. You know what I'm saying? So at that point I was like, I'm in, so I'm gonna shut it down. You know, which actually probably was the best worst thing that I could have ever did because I ran it at like a small track meet or whatever. And it was one of those track meets to where somebody of my caliber technically ain't supposed to be at. But that's one thing I've always done. Like my whole career, man, like I've been that athlete. Like I like running at the small meets, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, you know, those people there, they really appreciate just the sport of running. You know, they don't do it for what we do it for. They do it just because they love it. Yeah. So for me, I like going to those meets because once I run and they see it, they're able to see me and see that type of speed in person to where they only see it on TV, but they love the sport so much. So that was how I always gave back to them.
You appreciate it a little bit better.
So I would always do them meets. So I did at one of them, and then after that, I was like, you know what, I ain't running no more to the trials. To the Olympic Games. So fast forward to right before the Olympic Games start, right? So they have what's called a technical meeting. And the technical meeting is always right before any track meet. So they had Olympic Games technical meeting, and what a technical meeting is, it's when a representative from every country comes down to the games the week before, and what they do is they pretty much give them the list of all their athletes that's gonna be competing in what sport, you know, what event, you know, what lane, when they gotta be there, this and that. So they get down there.
Okay.
Yeah. So they get down there. And they get down there the Thursday before opening ceremonies, 8 days before opening ceremonies. So then the Nigerian rep, he gets back to Nigeria, and he's like, we was down there at the technical meeting, and Ray wasn't on the list. You know what I'm saying? And then the president of AFN Nigeria and the secretary, everybody's like, well, what you mean? No, Ray's on the list. Like Ray, he's in the 100. Like we've already sent information in. You know what I'm saying? Blase. Like it's already the write-ups. I mean, we done did interviews, you know, everything. Like no, he's in. He qualified months ago. Like he qualified before damn anybody did. So then they're telling them like, nah, we telling y'all they don't have Ray in the Olympic Games. He does not have a lane. So the whole Nigerian Federation is like, that is literally impossible. And like even my agent.
So Nigeria didn't have anything to do with this.
Well, yes and no. I'm getting
somebody
to it.
dropped it. Yeah, somebody dropped the ball there.
Yeah. And once the ball was dropped, it just kept rolling, you know. And then it took after we figured all out what had happened, you know, it was kind of crazy. But like I said, when I finish telling y'all the story, I'm like one of those sacrificial lambs because now they learned from what happened to me.
Yeah, it cost you though.
Yeah, it cost me a lot. So it was a week before, and then so my rep hit me up and he was like, Ray, they don't have you in the games. And then I was like, what you mean? He was like, well, that's what we trying to figure out. So, you know, my rep, my agent, you know, the Nigerian reps, everybody just, you know, they trying to get in contact with the IAAF head director, which is the president of IAAF, to find out what's going on, because he's the only one that can answer the question. But can't nobody find him. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, we
he's probably
you know,
down there with some hooker and cocaine and shit. Yeah.
Well,
Getting this party on.
Well, what's crazy?
In the meantime, you're twisting in the wind.
Man, y'all don't understand that week, because this was the Thursday. Keep in mind, my bags is packed. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm waiting on my ticket. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
My bags is packed. All my Olympic gear by the door. You know, I done trained hard. I'm ready. So they like, well, we can't get the ticket because they can't pay for the ticket if you ain't in the games. So then everybody's scrambling, you know. And then so what we ended up finding out was that they were saying that my time wasn't valid, okay? But then the IAAF president was like, no, his time is on the IAAF website. So when you went on the IAAF website, and every time that's supposed to be legit will be on that website. Like, that's the Bible of the sport. Yeah. So fair enough, my name was on there with the time.
There's the burning bush right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was right there. Like, so we trying to show the Olympic Committee. The Olympic Committee is like, yeah, we see it, but we don't have the paperwork on it. So that's when, well,
that's just like paperwork, right?
That's the burning bush right there.
That's just, you see it right here.
That's the word of God right
there. That's what everybody was trying to
we
say.
See the video, like, you did have your signal light on. We seen the video, but he pulled you over and you resist the rest.
Hey, that's what everybody was trying to say. Like, literally everybody. Like, I had petitions and everything. Everybody was like, it's right there. It says
Free Rae, man. Come on,
Edwards,
Free Rae.
10-16, 1.4 win. You know, it was legal. But so what happened was, here's how everybody dropped the ball. The meet I went to, I told you, I was a small meet. So they're not prepared for athletes in my caliber to be there. So there's certain steps that you got to go through after a track meet, which is since I ran that time there, they're supposed to take the results and send the results to USA Track and Field Statistics Department. What they turn around and do is they make sure that everything in that meet was legal, and then they turn around and accept your time.
So they got to verify.
They got to verify.
Okay.
But so what happened was, when I ran it, it went up anyway because it was a legal track meet. But USA Track and Field did not verify it. So we didn't find out that until when we were trying to figure out what's going on.
That's too many moving parts, man.
There you go.
They exactly. We don't want you in the Olympics. So we
But no, it wasn't their fault. It was, in all reality, it was the meet promoter's fault. But I can't blame him because he's never had to do that before. Like, he's never had an athlete at his track meet that would even remotely come close to qualifying for anything. So he didn't even know that he had to do that. Like, he didn't know. He just put the times in. It's like, you know, so he learned something.
That's what happens. You go on a chicken circuit.
There you go. See, that's my gift. I tried to give back, and I end up getting shot in the foot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And which is not good when you are running.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
So then after that, you know,
break bones in your foot.
Hey, after that, you know, they reached back out to. So then they actually started moving fast. Like, they went ahead and USA Track and Field, they did their part. And we like 4 days out for the opening ceremony. USA Track and Field, they rushed it in and they did all. I emailed them, they got everything cleared. They sent it to the IAAF. IAAF was like, he's cleared everything. We got our paperwork, everything legit. But now we need Peter, which was the IAAF president, we need him to approve it because the lanes are already set. Like, every country, every athlete already has their lane already. And we 3 days out from opening ceremony. So now everybody's scrambling, trying to find him. And my agent know in person, so my agent called him. Everybody calling him, but nobody can't find him. What happened was, remember last year, the Russians had their whole dope scandal.
Oh, yeah.
And the Russians was kicked out of the Olympic Games. So that whole week we was trying to find him, he was actually in hearings with the Russians. So that's why couldn't nobody get in touch with him, because he was having a closed door hearing to try and let them back in. So then when
There's plenty of lanes open, them damn Russians not going to be there.
There you go. So it wasn't even a lane situation. It was more of how it works is they put everybody's names into a computer system. And then what happens is the computer automatically generates the lanes. So they would have had to redo all the information and redo all the lanes once they put me back in. So, which first of all is that's a struggle in
Again,
itself.
too many moving parts.
Exactly. So then when we finally found him,
streamline that shit.
Man, we finally found him.
Poorly
He emailed me. It was the Thursday before opening ceremonies, and then he personally emailed me. He was like, "Ray, it's too late for me to put you in because we didn't get the information in time, and if we do it now, it's literally going to push back the games. We won't even be able to kick the games off because it has to redo all the lanes for all the events."
Bullshit.
Yep. So he emailed me personally, and I got it the Thursday before I was supposed to leave for opening ceremonies. And then he was like, "I'm sorry."
That.
He's like, "I'm sorry. Nothing
we
can do."
One day he was like, "Yeah, I'm flying out to Rio, man, in 3 days." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yep.
Congratulations. And like 4 days later, we talking, we having a conversation.
Yep.
We were actually talking about podcasting.
Yeah, I was. Yep. So
that's the story on that.
That's what happened. Like it was more or less like everybody dropped the ball, but they dropped the ball because of me, because the way I went about it. If I had went to a real track meet, you know what I'm saying, and then did it the way that most track athletes do it, then this would have never happened because they know the steps to go through. So like I say, I don't.
No
take
good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, I don't never take it for granted though. Like I always say, like man, it's everything happened for a reason, And the thing about it is,
one door closed, another one open.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it was, I was still able to, become an Olympian, because I qualified and literally did it the right way. I just wasn't able to showcase it, and the thing I kept telling everybody, that it didn't bother me about not going to the Olympics. I promise you, that didn't bother me at all. I didn't care about going to the Olympic Games.
You said your dream wasn't to go to the Olympics. Your dream is to win the world record.
Exactly. Like I cared nothing about Olympic Games.
You don't want to. They just say you might never be a champion in boxing.
Yeah.
But if you was to fight Mayweather on the street, you beat Mayweather.
Oh yeah.
There
you say,
you
know what, Mayweather is 40-1.
That's what I trained for.
I caught him in the parking lot and threw him a big
I caught him in front of 7-Eleven to beat his ass.
There you go. And
so he's 40-1.
I heard you were kicking my dog.
I ain't got a dollar out of this shit, but I kicked his ass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I literally trained to go there to make. I mean, I had already made the baby history, but I literally trained there to go there to make history. My whole mindset, and like anybody that knows me as an athlete, since 2008, I was in 2008. I was in the first world record race with Bolt. Okay, when Bolt broke the world record the first time, we was in New York. I was in lane 8. He was in lane 4. This is man's third time running the 100 ever, and he ran 9:72 and broke the world record on us. I had never in my life, and keep in mind, like I'm a LeBron James in track and field. I don't won everything. I was a phenom. Like I won high school, state as a freshman. I won U.S. juniors. I was ranked number 1 in the world. I qualified Olympics in 2000. I was 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? So when he did that, in my mind, I had never ever. Keep in mind, I've been beat before, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was so far in front of me, us. Now I can't say me. He was so far in front of us, it didn't even seem real. And then me being
couldn't even read his name.
It was like I promise y'all, the first time he broke the world record, I was in the race. I remember like it yesterday. He was so far ahead to where I was like, this ain't real. I know it's another gun coming. He jumped the gun. Something happened. I'm running.
He red like this thing.
I'm running, and I'm probably at like 40 meters in, you know what I'm saying? And he like 60 meters in, and that's like 2 car lanes. Now keep in mind, it's him and then all of us racing. Yeah. So I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, I know this ain't real. Where's the next gun at? He had the false started. So ain't no gun coming. So by that time, like, if you
bring it back.
And that's what I was waiting on. So I'm not even really running fast. I'm like, it got to be another gun. And then I'm like, ain't another gun coming. So then I try and kick it in, kill. Oh man, what? Everybody like if you watch that race, if you pay attention to track and field, and when you watch track and field races, the people in the middle, we do like a V. So it'll be like people in the middle will be in the front, and then like it'll step down, step down, step down. In that race, it was the most clustered race. People was everywhere. Like he destroyed everybody. It was like nobody was racing each other no more. It was just like people was
everybody to run against.
We was all just in the race like, what the hell is going on?
What the hell just happened?
And then when he crossed the finish line, I remember I was sitting there with Tyson. You know, that's my best friend. Shout out Tyson Gay. So he the American record
Shout out
holder.
to Tyson Gay, y'all.
He the American record holder. So get this. I'm sitting there at the end of the race, and I'm looking at Tyson. Tyson looking at me. And I'm looking at Mike Rogers. You know Mike. You met Mike.
Mike Rogers?
Yeah, Mike Rogers.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
Mike.
Mike,
U.S. champ too. I'm looking at Mike. And Mike looking at me shaking his head. And the crowd going crazy. I'm talking about it's bananas in there. And then that's when we heard it was like new world record. And then we was like, so they didn't shoot a second gun?
You still on that damn gun?
I'm still looking for the second.
Hey, man.
I'm like, so y'all don't understand. When I crossed the finish line, this man was already celebrating the top of the curve. And what a lot of folks don't
He
know.
was in the shower when you crossed the line.
What a lot of folks don't know is that race was one of the most premier races in history because they literally was able to get the top 8 fastest people before the Olympic Games even started. Like, I was number 8 in the world, so I was in lane 8, respectively. And he was number 1, so they had the top 8 people in that race. So it was like the finals of what should have been Olympic Games anyway. Man, that dude dusted us so bad it wasn't even funny. Like, but anyway, the moral of that
you was
story
reading
is,
the paper.
Man, look. But anyway, the moral of that story is we was in New York that night. The race was in New York, and I remember I was walking down Times Square. And me being the athlete that I am and never really losing and definitely not getting embarrassed, it killed me. It did something completely different to me. So, like, after that, I just went on a rampage. Like, I didn't care about nothing but beating Boat. Literally, everybody knew, like, that's all I trained for every year. I ain't care about no track meets no more. I ain't care
He
about,
ain't lying, y'all.
I ain't
True
care about
story.
nothing. I ain't care about no contracts. I was like, all I want to do is beat Boat. I don't give a damn if he got a world record. I don't give a damn if he get another world record. All I want to do is beat Boat. And that was my whole mindset. So that would mess me up for Rio because I trained so hard for that moment because I was like, I knew where I was at in my practices. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all like any athlete or any person with common sense will know. If you're doing something, I don't give a damn if it's you just dribbling the basketball and you trying to see how fast you can do it in 30 seconds. You gonna know where you're at, where your time is at before it's time to do that competition. Mm-hmm. So I knew leading up to the Olympic Games where I was at. You know, I knew from my practices how fast I was running. I knew my times. I knew what I was clocking. I knew where I had to be.
What were you clocking, by the way? Because you know what you're chasing. You're chasing a 9.97.
Nah, I was chasing 9.7. I knew that it was gonna take 9.72. It was gonna take 9.72 or better to beat him. So what I did
you gotta run out your draws to get
man,
that.
look here.
Did you run like a 9.85 before?
Yeah, man, I don't ran 9.
Like 2010.
I don't ran 9.8. I don't ran 9.7 unofficial. You know what I'm saying? So I knew my body had the capabilities of doing it because keep in mind, like I don't ran 25.3 miles per hour on the treadmill. You know, I got the record for that fastest treadmill run. So that turns out to be 8.8, which is 11 meters per second. So we knew when I say we,
That's
like
rolling.
when I say we, like man, I had a whole team, man, scientists, doctors, pharmacists. We knew where my body was at, and we knew where it needed to be at to beat him. We literally came up with a beat Boat plan. You know what I'm saying? So we had everything charted. We had where my body needed to be at 10 meters, where my body needed to be at in 30 meters, where I need to be at in 60 meters, where I need to be at 80 meters, like what I need to be eating, what I need to be taking. On the track, we knew, okay, well, Ray, when you get to this 30-meter marker, you got to be at this time. You know what I'm saying? So we really had a blueprint. So we set out the whole blueprint just to be on a world record pace. So at practice,
That's insane.
At practice, 2 weeks prior to the
go to
game,
Popeyes, you be like, fuck.
Yeah, right?
I had Popeyes last night. We got to start over, coach. We got to start over.
I cheated with some chicken.
Reboot this
hey,
shit.
I'm telling you, and but that's the thing about it though, man. I was so super, man. You know that, man. I was so super disciplined. I ain't do nothing. I ain't go nowhere. I didn't hang out. I ain't do nothing. All I did was what I was supposed to do. What?
Dude, you're thoroughbred. You can't be messing that
I ain't
up.
gonna do nothing. And then, like 2 weeks before the trials, 2 weeks before the games, I was finally hitting those numbers I needed to be at to beat him. I was finally coming through my 10 and 1.6. I need to be at 1.6 to be on world record pace. I was finally coming through my 30s right at 3.4. I was on pace. I was coming through my 60s right at 6.061. I was coming through my 100s on hand time right at 9.4. So I was right where I needed to be at to be able to win it. So, like I tell people, going to the Olympic Games, I didn't care about that at all. I care more about the fact that I prepared my body so much to be so ready for that moment to that was taken away from me. Not the games. I done did it. I mean, that was my 17th year in the sport. Yeah, like I done been to championships and games and all that. I ain't care nothing about not going to the games. It was how much I finally dedicated my heart, my soul, my passion to beating that man, getting that medal, and then that was taken away from me, that opportunity. And after that, man, when I say I retired, I ain't even worked out since then. That was last summer. I ain't did nothing. Like literally, once they told me I wasn't in, I literally did nothing else after that.
So you wouldn't run if the dogs chased you?
Man, I just went. I went cold turkey. I went cold turkey after that. I don't tell nothing about it no more.
Now that we got the track and field part out the way, we're about to take a little 3 to 5 minute break to this kickback. I gotta go shoot some dice around the corner right quick.
Yeah,
I'll be right back with y'all in a minute. Anyway. On top of that, this is the Cuttacation Kickback Podcast. Your boy Cutty Slim with my guest Monzavous Rae Edwards.
Yo.
Yeah, we're gonna be back in just a minute. Holla at your righteous. Hey, what's happening with the relatives? It's your boy Cutty Slim. We back at y'all on the Kickback Podcast show, Cuttacation. What it do? And when we left off, we had my man. Hey y'all, this Jose is. He always when I stop and shit, Jose always give me a little signal or something, let me know my mic ain't close to me. It kind of throw me off a little bit because I'm thinking he about to throw something at me.
Hey, my hands are free, baby. Come on now. I ain't got nothing in them yet.
Eventually, I would look down and notice the microphone ain't by my lip, and I'm like, okay, all right, I got it. But he throw his hand up, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck?
Hey.
But anyway, but yeah.
All part of radio life. All part of radio life.
Right.
You just telling it how it is. For real. You telling what going on behind the scenes and what folk don't say. Because they be in they same one, they podcast radio shows the same thing go on. They just don't say it.
I told you, man. It's rated double law, man. You got to sign away with it.
There's some real shit up in here.
If you're scared, go to church. Come to the kickback. Go to church.
You know what? You might want to go to church first and then come to the kickback.
I'm telling y'all, I told y'all the kickback is good.
Do the second service after you leave.
That's it. Get your Jesus on first and then come up here and talk your shit.
You want to grab about your baby daddy on Facebook and talk about Keisha around the corner and all that stuff. Come to the kickback show. Do it on the kick. Stop typing. Come on the show and talk about it. I want to laugh and hear about it on the show. We just going to put it on YouTube and let everybody hear it that way. That way they can know where you're coming from. Because you got the run-on sentences and you misspell words. We don't know what you're saying, so we know you're mad. So come on the show and say that shit, and we'll get what you're saying. We'll be like, okay, I got you now. I'm going to give you 3 likes on that bitch. Yeah. But back to the Cuttacation show. It's your boy Cutty Slim, kicking back with my boy, my first guest, my homie, Monzavous Rae Edwards.
Yes, sir.
What it do, man? We back, yeah. I had to go run that through, though. But yeah, like we was talking about, this track and field in the last segment, but now, Ray is in the bigger things. He's always in the bigger things. He's always got his hands in every cookie jar. You got 3 cookie jars on top of your.
I don't know how he stay that thin up in there.
Like, cookies he been eating. My mama got 2 cookie jars on the freezer. Ray got both his hands up there.
That's it.
But yeah. So Ray, so what you do now, man? What you like to do? What's going on with Ray right now? Monzavous Edwards, me.
I like to say, you know what I'm saying? I don't never say what I do. I like to say what I don't do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more realistic.
I like that.
Yeah, it's what what don't I do?
It's a shorter list.
Exactly. But I mean, as far as the career field, man, you know, I didn't step away from track and field completely. You know, I just stayed away from an athlete. So, you know, I still train athletes, you know what I'm saying, try and get them to aspire, to see if they can see at least a half of the stuff I see or do half the stuff I've done, I feel like I gave back enough to them, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I do that, and then, of course, I do personal training as well, you know, still. And, you know, I hold boot camps, the whole works, and right now, you know.
You still with Sweat?
Yeah, I still work with Sweat, you know what I'm saying? Anytime Sweat get athletes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and Sweat is an acronym.
I was going to say, what is Sweat?
Yeah,
Serious Workouts Enhanced Athletic. I don't forgot the T. It ain't training.
Just give it up a
I was like,
what that shit
because I had like a little brain fart because I had to learn it so quick. Now
he had a Reagan moment just then.
I was like, what the hell the T? Training, dummy, duh.
This is what you're doing.
For teaching, training, tolerate.
Hey, damn, what are we doing? Teaching? No, we're teetering.
Oh yeah, it stands type of training.
Talking, yeah.
Hey, I don't drink Dos Equis. That's
Tossing.
what it is. It's because I got a Dos Equis. It ain't a Guinness. That's why. You know, my brain is rattled.
Coffee in the bottle.
That's it.
No, but I mean, I still work with them. Then I got my own, you know what I'm saying, training business. You know, Happy Healthy Training. That one right there is doing superb. Like literally, I'm trying to hire trainers right now in the urban area because me personally, I'm maxed out, booked every day, like book. Which shout out to my sessions of the day because they let me move them out the way to come do the show.
Shout out for being occupied.
Yeah, you know they let me move them to get in here. But yeah, so I'm still doing personal training. I also I own my own app development company.
Tell everybody about that.
Oh man, that's
most
that.
definitely
Look,
what we want to hear.
I'm tell you, man. Look, so I hopped into the IT world. Let me see, 2 years ago actually.
And speaking about, we got
two years ago I hopped into the IT world, and that was I started working as a director at this company called Indutech, and what we create is I still work at Indutech. What we create is what we call virtual realistic technology, which is taking things that the modern man actually already does and making it easier. You know what I'm saying? So we got a whole lot of products we've created. Like one of them is this product called Endine. We got another product called Bar Coaster. We got another product called iCounter. I'm just gonna keep saying products. Only reason why I keep saying products because I ain't gonna tell y'all what they is yet because they ain't not yet. Okay. So you know what I'm saying. So
still until they development.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's in development phases. So until they done, I'm not gonna get away because then somebody else might try and go in. You know what I'm saying? Get to it quickly. Yeah. Exactly. So but I'm a director there, and then I branched off from them. And I created my own company called the All in All Group LLC. And what we do, we are pretty much like an app brokerage. You know what I'm saying? So if you got an app idea or if you want an app created or whatever, you pretty much would go through my
podcast app.
Yeah, whatever app it is. You would go through my company, and then I would pretty much quote back how much it's gonna cost for your app to get made. You know what I'm saying? How long it's gonna take. Show you all the phases, show you everything that would go on with creating the app. And then, if you got the funding to get it done or you got an investor to get it done, we go there. So I'm actually about to have my first app launch party.
July, my first lunch party.
July 1st.
Not Walmart's, not Sam Walton, not TGI, not somebody else's.
Actually, you won't be able to use it, but I'll let y'all go out there and download it anyway. You can go to the Google Play Store, or you can go to iTunes, and there's an app called Aerotel. It's spelled AEROTELL. I actually came up with the name and everything for it. It's an app called Aerotel. I mean, you can go check it out, download it. You'll see all our accolades on it, but you can't use it because it's built specifically for private planes. It's built specifically for private planes. So, but of course, we gotta have that lunch party. It's gonna be crazy. Like what that app actually does is ridiculously crazy. And I can tell y'all about it now because it's done. We got a lunch about it. So what in the private air industry, they are like, from the dude who came to me with the idea, they're like 10 years behind time, which you wouldn't even expect that. So they don't communicate with each other.
He's from a different. Where they from?
No, what do you mean? Who?
The people you in cahoots with or whatever.
Oh, you mean like the people help get me started?
Yeah.
Oh man.
From
the Lord. India.
I know they decent. Yeah.
Oh man. India, man. I love my Indian family, man. My Indian family. They the ones who putting me on this path to get me going all that. So yeah, the app that we got coming out, Aerotel, man. It's what it does is it connects all non-commercial airlines. Well, pretty much, I'm gonna help y'all out. So if you own a private plane, okay, that means you own it. It's like a car. It's not like Delta, not like Southwest. It's yours. Like,
yeah, it's yours.
Like, it's your G5. Mm-hmm. So if something goes wrong with your G5, then you got to replace that part. So here's what happens though. So if I own a G5 and my plane is in London, right, and a part goes out in London, well, what happens is I have to go to that manufacturer to get that part. Now, if I'm in London and that manufacturer, his base or his company, whatever, is in Rome, I got to fly all the way from London to Rome just to get that one damn part and then come back.
So you gotta fuck out some more. You gotta fuck out some more money to go.
Now, here's the part about it. Whoever owns the G5 plane, they ain't finna go no damn well. So now your multi-billionaire owner, boss, whomever, when you tell him that this plane can't fly, he now has to fly commercial. So ain't nothing worse than a billionaire that having to be told, I gotta go fly, get on Delta. You know what I'm saying? I own the G5.
I bet the Donald Trump ever happened to him. He be mad.
What? Exactly.
He be firing people like that.
Exactly. Like, so you mean tell me I gotta fly on a damn commercial airline because a part is out? Yeah. So what? And the reason being is because they can't.
They can't fly that part to where he's at.
Well, exactly. No, they can't. And that's the whole. That's what we came into play at. Now here's how it works. With commercial, they have parts and stuff that's right there at the airport. Now, even with the non-commercial, like the G5s, say he's in London, that same part might be somewhere in London, but it's because it's from another company. So they have no type of database that connects all the companies. So like if
that doesn't surprise me. I know the airline.
See,
business.
so like if he's in London and he needs a part or a chip, he can't call to nowhere that's in London and find it because they have no way of doing that. So what we created was a way for them to do that. So we created an app. It took us over a year and a half for them. And what the app will allow them to do now is if the plane goes down to London, he can upload that part to the app with a picture or the information on the information for that part.
Yeah, there's a model number.
Exactly.
Everything.
And so then what happens is I call them garage. Any garage in that area that's actually on the app, they'll get a ding. So if anybody has it, they'll say, okay, well, we have it here.
Dude, it's a Napa store thing for
exactly.
for airplane parts.
That's all it is. Napa for airplane parts, and because they literally don't have that, and so he was like, "Yes,
that's amazing to me.
Yep.
In this day and age, that and the way you can sit there and massage a database.
Yep.
That something like that hasn't been done before.
Well,
that's crazy.
And the thing about it is what he was saying, like the dude who came to me, like we actually, when he told me the idea, we came partners. I was like, that's gonna work. We can be partners then. So I'm not just gonna build this for you.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
I want taste.
Well, that's what happened. Like, I'm not even gonna charge you to build this.
And the reason why I brought Rae on the show, man, because Rae is, when it come to marketing and
this dude's a hustler.
Putting stuff, Rae is my clone. If you put me and Rae in the middle of downtown and tell us to pass out, make sure everybody we see know about this show. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do that. It's so easy. Our personality is automatic with that. It's natural. Second, it's like we born to talk that shit. To let people know it. And that's why I want him on the show, because people need to know what he knows, and people need to. How can they get in contact with you, by the way?
Oh, man, how?
You get your Twitter, gram, and your. We don't even know your Facebook. Your Twitter and your gram. Now, how much your Twitters and your grams going for? But
you got to catch up with him, right?
Yeah.
Your man's fast.
We got Twitters and we got grams, but we not talking about anyway.
For the socialites, you know what I'm saying? All my handles and stuff is motivate me, which is, you spell it just like motivate.
I like that.
_M.E. You know what I'm saying? Because the M.E. is my initials, like Monzavous Edwards. You know what I'm saying? So. But I also want to flip it to where it's like, if anybody needed motivation, it's like, man, I need somebody to motivate me. You know what I'm saying? So it fits.
I like it.
When you see it, you know what I'm saying? When people see it, it's like, you know what I'm saying? He's actually motivating me. And that's why I came with the name.
That's a marketable tool too. Like, you can market that. Like, people don't understand. Like, people like, man, you come up with your own
trademark stuff.
I said, I don't really come up with it. I just say stuff and it sounds good. And eventually, I have you saying it about 3 months from now. Now I got like a million people saying righteous and Cuttacation. Because I say it a lot. And it's me. I don't try to. It's like when you market something that way and it's marketable, it's kind of like that. That's why I like that. Like the song I came out with. If you don't know me by now, you would never know me. I was wondering why it was his favorite song. I don't know if you did that track. Did you do that track?
Did I do that track? Yeah, I did.
I don't know if you did that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had to think about it.
AD Drake did it. I think AD or Drake did it. Maybe he did. I don't know.
I'm almost pretty positive I did.
I realized why you like that song, because it's like me, M.E.
Yeah, I mean, that, So. But what's crazy about that handle, it actually it's worked. You know what I'm saying? I started doing it like probably over a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? So, and recently I started, how I use it is I'm always posting on my social medias. Like I post expensive cars, I post expensive houses, I post bags of money. You know,
I 9-bedroom. Ray post a house about 20 bedrooms, 3 stories tall in the middle of the water.
Yeah. I mean,
who the fuck in a house built in the middle of the fucking goddamn
Didn't Peyton Manning do that?
He did though.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
I'd be like Ray. I said Ray photoshopping like a motherfucker.
No,
dude, I'm telling you.
Got a fucking 9-story house in the middle of Antarctica.
It's real life.
Yeah, I think Peyton Manning built a house that was like that. I mean, literally got a moat on there, so like a half a block.
Yeah. The reason why I do it though is because it's motivation, inspiration, but also, you know what I'm saying, I try and use like, you know, the law of attraction, things of that nature. You know, the more that a person can see that type of stuff, the more that a person will understand that it's real. So if I can sit there and if I can cloud the masses and cloud you know my socialites with seeing nothing but those type of images, that gives their brain more brain power toward that type of stuff as opposed to things that can be more non-useful, or I don't want to say non-useful, but you know, you got to always look at your brain. Your brain's a magnet. You know what I'm saying? So the things that you think about the most are the things that you're going to acquire the most. So that's the one reason why I use that motivate me 2 ways. I use it to keep myself motivated and keep my attraction toward that type stuff while also doing the same thing for everybody else that is a part of my social media or that follows me. And I promise, just like yesterday and day before, all the time I get DMs like, you know, man, those videos you do or those posts you do, they really help me out, you know.
And like I feel you on that, because I remember me and Bobby had one to go drop his brother off at the airport about 3 weeks ago, and we was riding back. I don't know why we took the route. We went to come back to Addison. We made a whole circle through the city, rode through downtown, and I said, Bobby, let's ride through University Park, Highland Park, and we was just, you know, we feeling
start
good.
checking out those houses.
Just riding like this. He said, well, why you want to ride through? I said, man, it's inspiration to me, man. I said, that's why I go so hard. You know, I want to live like this or live down here. I want to live in one of these high rises. Or I want to live in a crib like this, no matter where it's at. But I want this podcast. We're gonna be staying down here, and like next year around this time, we're gonna be looking at trying to get in one of these spots down here, because if we keep our energy and momentum going with consistency, and if you believing in yourself, gonna make people believe in you, you're gonna win. And that's what motivates me, and I motivate myself though. Because every time I do something and it's good, I want to do something else again better. And that's how I go with it. Like this show right here, I gotta shout myself out right now. I'm doing a good job.
Pass that one down to him.
Somebody pay me the count yet. Yeah, shit. Yeah. But
check him out. I mean, don't hurt that rotator, man. That's slow healing.
We just reaching back like that, you know. Hey, man, you know. See, I'll be 28 next year.
Hey, I'm on my 33rd. What are you talking about? I'm on my
28 next year.
I don't want to hear anything, y'all, man.
Watch the girl. Watch they start hating and trolling on the comments. L Boogie with that square face head ass. They be trolling and shit. Everybody know my age. But anyway,
I'm listening to YouTube up in there. I got hair on my back older than you.
And y'all hear from our Sicilian nigga.
Hey,
that's it.
when you finally dropped the podcast, though, man, I swear, like that was I was crunk about it for the simple fact that you did what a lot of people don't do, no matter how big or how small it is. You took a thought that you had, which was, you know what, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? You were telling me, it's like, man, I've been listening to these 4 podcasts, and it's like, I can do that. So you took a thought and then you made it concrete. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And then that's what it's really all about, man. That's why I'm overly proud of you, and why I was like, you know what, I gotta go out there and do it, because he took something that I knew he said was a thought. And,
I used to be his rap artist.
And then he made it real, and I was like, you get a podcast, I'm gonna come on that thing, man.
Yeah, they say, well, that shit you put in your music, stand on your podcast. Just be yourself. Yeah. And I'm known for throwing a kick back in my crib. When I had, and so I said, what first I was gonna call it the happy hour. It was gonna and just let y'all know, me and Ray was gonna start a podcast called the Happy Hour. We was gonna give y'all the most disturbing, topics in 1 hour, but it's gonna be a happy hour. We're gonna drink and get fucked up while we doing
That's
it.
still probably gonna happen. You know,
It's
it's still in the works down the
By the
road.
way, we're a podcast network we building. By the way, y'all do know. And shout out to the Ian Gleason Show. We still a part of that. I'm still the cast member on that. Also, my boy Jose on the mic got Canvassing DFW.
Canvassing DFW, yeah. Actually, Canvassing DFW, yeah.
DFW. DFW, you want to get real stucky with it.
Yeah, get real sticky with it.
We're gonna talk real. We're gonna talk ratchet on this show though. On the Ian Gleason Show, I'm gonna talk with my shoulders all straight.
Yeah, right. Spine all straight.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Hey, that's all right.
Then we got we also have my boy Chino and his lady Jay. They have a podcast called Bedtime Stories. It's on YouTube also, and we're gonna start this podcast network. It's bigger than Nino Brown, y'all. I keep telling y'all that it's bigger than Nino Brown, and you better buy the Ricky card right now because next year the prices go up.
Yeah, they do.
And that's how I see it.
Get on the ground floor where you can sit there and
everybody
grow with
I
us.
want to be on your show. I want to be on your show.
Yeah.
I want to be on your show. You volunteer to be on the show and you don't show up. It's like, come on, man. Guess what? When you really want to be on the show, or really need to be on the show, I ain't gonna want you on the show.
Well, look, you gotta look at it this way. This how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And it goes hand in hand with what you're doing and what I was just saying. You know what I'm saying about taking a thought and making it a real thing. You know, a lot of people say stuff, but then won't let it happen.
A pair of lips say anything.
Exactly, and that's the same thing with what you did. You took a thought and made it reality. So just like when somebody be like, "I'm gonna come on the show," it's a thought, but they don't make it reality. But and those are the same type people to where I say I look at them and be like, these are the reasons as to why you won't be successful. Not you can't be successful. I'm talking about people out there, like why you won't be successful. Yeah. Because if you can't even follow through with doing something small that was a thought, how you ever think you're going to be able to create something big out of a thought? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and it goes back to like, I got cast members and co-hosts for this show. And just like the Ian Gleason Show, it's not Ian's job to call us every Saturday morning or Friday night and tell us, you're going to be there tomorrow night? Or you'll be there tomorrow and do the show? It's not my job to let you know every Sunday at 12 or 11:55 that you got to be here. If I ask you to be part of my show or be on the show or anything, there's no reason why I shouldn't have to remind you because it's part of what you agreed to be with. Like Jose, he's here at 12. And guess what? And when we move the show around anywhere else, I'm not gonna have to call Jose on Friday or Saturday morning and say, "Hey man, you gonna be here?" It's already understood. We already talked about it Tuesday anyway.
Yeah.
There's levels to this thing. So we play chess, not checkers.
Yeah.
We don't wait till the last minute to try to blow you for your hop.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We already.
I don't got time for that shit.
Now, if I'm not gonna do the show Saturday, if I'm not gonna be on the Ian Gleason Show Saturday, if I'm not gonna do my show Sunday, it's gonna be known Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or ASAP. So just the only thing about you gotta, when I do stuff like right now, what I'm saying, I'm zero tolerance about people saying stuff and don't end up doing it, and like that's been going on a lot lately around me anyway. With people I deal with, they'll tell me if it's to do something or this. I have somebody volunteer to be on the show, jumped on my comments, and I gotta throw it out there because everybody see people on my comments all the time talking about wanting to be on my show. So it's 1,000 people wanting to be on my show. I mean, a lot of people want to be on the show. But this one person just jumped out there, I want to be on the show, man. We want to talk about this and do that. And I'm pumped up about the thing. And it turned out they never showed up. They didn't even try to get at me. They go through somebody else to try to talk to me. I'm on your fucking page, on your timeline, talking to you directly. And you can't even respond. But I can post something about somebody, a jackass, or this team suck. You come in real quick. So like, I got mad about that. I said, okay, from now on out, I'm using. Hey, sorry about that, y'all. It's your boy Cutty. We back at y'all, man. Like we left something. We did leave something. We left y'all with a conversation we was talking about. Yeah, we was like, we was talking about being serious about everything. And Ray had something he was saying before, in between the meeting, and I wanted to hear what he had to say. So,
well, I really, I'm just piggybacking off of what what you were talking about with business or whatever and people. You know, one of the things that I've came to deal with everything that I'm doing, it becomes a threat to a lot of people But it's so weird because I've been understanding and watching. It's like you become a threat to people, but they don't even know it or they don't acknowledge it that you are a threat. And again, it's mostly in the black culture because it's a crab in the barrel effect that people don't actually know. And I'm starting to understand that shit is real.
You know why those crabs
it's not
pulling
fake,
you down. Okay, I get you.
You know why those crabs trying to pull that crab down though? Because they know once that crab get to the top, that crab is gonna pull them up with them.
Now here's the thing.
But that's not toward everybody though.
Here's the thing about it though. They don't actually know that they being crabbed. They don't know that. Like it's so. I gotta say it's in the DNA of us so bad in some of us that you don't realize when you're being a crab at all. And like a lot of people, you know, they'll sit there and they'll look at you and they, you know, they'll be like, you know, Cutty got his own show, you know, doing this and doing that, and won't come on the show. Not because, you know what I'm saying, because they don't like you or because they don't want to, but because they don't understand that that's still a crab in the bucket mentality. Because here this man is trying to climb up out of it. So the best way to help him climb out of it is to get underneath him and help push him up.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if
support
you,
always
exactly
helps.
support is what it's all about. Like support. That's what that support is. Support somebody to get out. You know, so
I mean, look at here. How'd you get this fast? You had a team of
support
doctors.
team, yeah.
A support team, exactly.
Yeah, I had a
team of
support
doctors.
team.
You had your vitamins up in there. You get your scientists up in here telling you. Somebody up in there has got to be, checking the numbers out.
Now, here's the difference
that's why
between.
I do the show, man. Support anybody that got something going on, man. Use that platform to put everybody else out there.
Here's the difference between, and I'm gonna go there and say it's a culture thing, because if, and like I said, I've been around the whole world, literally, and that's my gift and my curse. I've been around the entire world. I've been around and sat with every culture there is. You'll be in America and you'll take, we'll say like the Indian culture. In the Indian culture, when a woman gets pregnant, guess what happens? Her mother and her father, they come move in to take care of the baby. That's what they do. Like, ours is the opposite. You get yours, you gotta get out. You're on your own. Yeah. In their culture, it's like it's and they culture is the direct opposite. And their culture is like, well, mom, dad will fly from India to America and will help them with the baby until the baby is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they'll go back home and they repeat the same process.
6?
Yeah, and then they'll go back home and repeat the process on down the line. Well, in the black culture, it's the opposite. Like, you got to get your own now. You know, you and the kids, like that's wrong. Now, in the business aspect, is the exact same way. Like, what we do is take a group of white people, and what they'll do is they'll say, you know what, we're gonna start a board, okay? We're gonna start a company. We're gonna do it, all right? You're gonna put in this amount. You're gonna put in this amount. I'm gonna put in this amount. I'm putting this amount, and then we all gonna prosper from it.
Sure.
Okay? What we do is we'll see another man, somebody like myself or like Cutty, doing it and say, you know what? I want to do my own too, which is not a bad thing. Like, more power to you.
Branching out.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, don't want to do your own just because you saw somebody else doing it. Because in the back of your in the back of the subconscious, you actually only doing it because you're jealous of that person.
Yeah.
You only doing it because you're like, well, I want what he got. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, damn, my boy got a show. Let me go over here and say, you know what? What can I do to help you with your show that we both can prosper?
Exactly.
Or, Ray, what can I do over there with your training to help both of us prosper off of it? Or what can I do with your app company to help it prosper
Put
like
something with
they
something
do?
that makes something.
Exactly. And then I even go as far as like Asian come over here to America and they'll have a whole chain of 7-Elevens.
How many
whole
broke
chain of
Asians you know?
7-Elevens. You
don't
won't
know.
know them. Why? Because they do this. They network together. Like, if they see one got it, they want to come work with and for him
Exactly.
to help
build the brand.
Build the brand. But with us, it's like,
Let's build against each other.
let's build against each other. Like, that to me, that's the complete opposite. Because, like I say, you got your own show. Everybody that's considered a friend of yours should be either coming to your show, spreading your show, doing something for your show.
Exactly. Sharing it.
I got
with
my
others.
own companies. Everybody that's a friend should be doing something to help benefit that company. You know what I'm saying? And in return, that helps us come together. So that's what bothers me so much about a lot of black folk. 'Cause you have a lot of strong pro-black, like black. But but they don't do nothing to help each other out. They just say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, you on your Facebook and your wall and all this stuff talking about black this, black that, black
but
this.
You ain't active.
But you ain't acting at all. You ain't really help not nail nobody black.
You talking?
You know what I'm saying?
No
exactly.
You gotta be active.
You know,
with
and
this
you know,
thing,
and then it becomes an insult. You know what I'm saying? Then like. You know, and I even go as far as like one of my homeboy, best friend, love him to death. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no bad blood from him. You know what I'm saying? But he had put up a post, you know, a while back, not even a while back, but a week ago, something that bothered me.
I
you
remember
know,
that. I read all that.
Yeah, he was like,
you know
what I'm saying?
Why this show was supposed to be.
Yeah,
that was the whole reason why I said, you know what, this need to be on the show.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to kind of end it there. Go ahead.
Yeah, because, you know, he had, you know what I'm saying, he had posted up there, you know, and was like,
He's a friend of both
I'm tired of all the people who got their own companies thinking they better than people, thinking they better than other folks. You know what I'm saying?
Don't have a better 401k plan it's one of our brothers said that. He just real talk.
Now I'm gonna tell you why it bothered me so much. You know what I'm saying? Because
your own business.
I have my own business. You know what I'm saying? I have my own companies. I post about it. I brag about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for what I did. I came from sleeping in a studio literally when I lost everything to building what I have. So for me to see somebody close to me put that up there, it's almost like subconsciously, I'm like, wait a minute, are you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, because everything you just said, I had. Like, you said, I'm tired of people with, you know what I'm saying?
But still in the circle.
You know,
it kind of seems subliminal toward, because I know my boy, my brother, man. And like, he like me. When we post some shit, man, we pretty much, it's kind of relevant. It's kind of like something that kind of bother you. That's why you're saying it. I never take the time to type some shit that doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
If something bothers me, man, I'm probably said it 1,000 times. But I've been posting on Facebook not to get likes or attention, but just to throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people throw that knife out there, man, they hit that target sometimes, not trying to, but trying to.
Yeah.
And that's what that was.
Exactly.
And I looked at the post and I'm like,
all right,
I gotta read these comments because what he said, because sometimes when you see like 26 comments, you gotta see what the fuck the conversation was about. And I see everybody type paragraphs.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not reading this shit. So I interview with some bullshit.
I'm not trying to
like,
read a book.
I interview you on I be like, man, y'all motherfuckers shut the hell. I just interview this because I know they going back and forth. But both points are made good.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens all the time. This ain't just about that. This happens with other couples. And so what Rae was just saying, I understood both parts. Rae was like, it's good to have your own business, but can you say you free?
Exactly. Then that's the point I was trying to explain.
You can't say you have your own business, but your son works for TGI Fridays,
there
or
you
your
go.
son works for.
Oh no, you can't say you free. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say you free. You're a free man. Nor you can't say that you're set, or you can't say that you're. And again, this ain't a diss to nobody.
You can't. I know what you were trying to say. You can't say that you are secure.
Yeah, exactly, secure. And that was my whole thing when I was trying to explain to him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, you know, I want people to have their own, because no matter what, if you start your own, there is a good possibility that it's just like a plant. You know what I'm saying? If you plant that seed, all it needs is water to grow. It's up to you then. And what I try to explain to him is, bro, first of all, I don't think I'm better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever.
I never have. I never thought
And the thing about it is, if to be free to me is like this right here. I was able to make it to this show because of my decision, because I'm free, which means, yes, I have the power to say, you know what? I'm not going to do these sessions today. Why? Because I'm the boss. I have the power to say, you know what? I'm not going to miss my sister's graduation. Why? Because I'm the boss. I have the power to say, I'm going to take off a whole week.
It's good to be the king.
Exactly. I have the power to say, I'm going to take off a whole week for my uncle's funeral. And I'm going to touch on that before we get out here, so it'll make sense to y'all. My uncle passed, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. My uncle passed last Tuesday or whatever.
Wow, that's
And
fresh.
Yeah. So he passed. Well, actually, we put him in the ground last Tuesday. He passed 2 Tuesdays ago. So, but while we was down there, the Monday before the funeral, like all of my family was trying to get the funeral home to type up a letter. And they needed the letter to take back to their job, literally, so they wouldn't get fired for going to bury their brother. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that don't make sense to me. So, like, when I say free, like, no, you ain't free if you got to go put your brother in the ground, or if I got to go be a pallbearer at my uncle's funeral. But in the same time, I'm worrying about.
I need a doctor's note.
I need a damn note to get back to work after I just put I
Yeah.
can't even grieve right. You know what I'm saying? So to me, being free is being able to not have to go through that. Being free is like for my mom, and my mom, my biggest supporter.
Yeah.
Being free is for my mom to have been able to be at those banquets when I accepted all those awards for being a good athlete. She couldn't be there, not because she didn't want to be there. She had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he couldn't be at the football games until like later on. Why? Because he had to go to work. So to me, that's not freedom. So having your own, and then I know what it was, because he had told me, he was like, well, you always posting Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He talking about some. You know, my favorite quote is, till you're on your own, you can't be free. Till you're on your own, you can't be me. He took that as a insult, like, I think I'm better than everybody. I'm like, no, I don't even think that's what Jay's saying. He just said, until you on your own, you can't be free. Until you on your own, you can't be me. He's saying, I'm free. I'm free to do whatever the hell I want to do. How we still slaves in 2016. That's what he was saying, like, I'm free. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm not saying you can't be me. Like, no. You can be me, but you can't be me until you own your own. Because if you own your own, guess what? You can do the hell you want to do.
Exactly.
And that was my whole point.
You look in the mirror and say, "Hey, tell the boss I'm taking a day off."
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's righteous.
But
Now
here's
right
the flip
there.
side to it, though. In order to be free, you got to work twice as hard as a slave. That's what folks don't understand. Like, for me to be free, I got to work twice as hard because I got to make sure that income is coming in.
Sure.
As if I go to work, I ain't got to work that hard because guess what? It's going to come in. But if I stop working, I ain't going to get no income no more. So being free is twice as hard than being a slave.
That's what they say. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
There you go. So when he said something like that, it really struck a nerve with me. I'm like, bro, like to me, that's like a punch in the throat.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? You talking about some, well, 401ks and this and that, and you know,
bank accounts,
you got bank accounts and this. I'm like, bro, it ain't about that. You talking about money. Right now, you're feeding your family because of somebody else. They have the authority for you to stop feeding your family at any moment in time.
Yep.
At any moment in time, he can say, you know what? You're no longer working here.
You're
and there's
done.
nothing you can do about it. And, his whole thing was, I can get another job the next day, but that's not guaranteed.
And
you know what I'm saying?
being free
That's
then.
not being free then. I don't want to put my
not being
family in that
free.
type of situation. I don't want nobody to have to govern on if my family eats or not. And that's my whole thing. Like, that's just, and then again, no knock on nobody out there that does that, but that's just me. That's just me. And that's why I try to explain to him. I was like, bro, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that, can you right now say, you know what, I'm finna go make sure I catch my son's football game? Can you really say that without having to ask somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
or if your son is 16 years old right now, can you really say, you know what, son, come work with me? Or do you gotta say, hey, well, go fill out this application and see if you can get on with me?
That's why I was getting that before.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what it's all about, man. Like having your seeds and stuff be like, you know what? My family is secured. Why? Because I secured it for them. My son ain't gonna have to worry about going to nobody else to get fed. My daughter ain't gonna never have to worry about going to nobody else to eat.
Then you got that.
You know what I'm saying?
That money tree. You plant the seed in
Exactly.
your family, and it's all in
Exactly.
The family. And guess what? That's what white people did years ago.
Exactly.
Like years ago, 200
and that's
years
why
ago.
they thank you.
That's why it looks good now.
Yep.
So guess what? Now, even though it might be 200 years from now, if
We gotta
black
start
people
now.
come together and start doing that now, your great grandchildren
Exactly.
will be living good.
Prime
But
example.
It goes back
Rockefeller.
to the culture
Think of
thing,
somebody-
Carnegie.
Yeah, think about Carnegie,
All
Rockefellers,
of them.
all them
Ford,
land.
all of them.
Just because of your last name now,
Them Fords and all.
you forwards. Just because of your last name, you're straight. You've never met your great. You read about him like we do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You reading about him on History Channel like we do. You don't even know who he is. But just because of him, you ain't got to worry about nothing. To me, that's ultimate freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
But chick tell me her last name Carnegie, I'm like, what's happening?
I'm trying to tell you, like,
What's your
what
name?
is you drinking?
Vanderbilt.
What you buying us?
She say some Vanderbilt. I might have to take my Auburn t-shirt off. I'll be a damn Vanderbilt fan.
Hey, for real. If I meet a chick named last name Carnegie, I ain't never met a chick named Carnegie. I don't care where the hell I been.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't gonna never meet him either. That's a whole nother
Oh,
strategy.
Yeah, that's
They about to change their last name to Wilson.
Yeah,
that air is real thin
man,
up there.
We on Wilson's basketballs and basketball
I'm trying
shorts.
to tell you. You know what's funny?
Spaldings.
I was one
Stanley,
of
they make hammers and shit.
one of my ex-girlfriends, her wife worked for the Starbucks, right? Yeah. And then her mom worked at Starbucks, and then she would tell me this story, and it really put stuff in perspective for me. She was like, Ray, when their daughter had got sick, they told her he told her I couldn't come to work when my daughter's sick, and they was like, well, just take her to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, well, I can't because of insurance policy. And they was like, well, what do you mean? So then she went to talking to him, and then she explained to me, she was like, Ray, these people really have no knowledge of what's going on down here. Like when they get sick, they shut down the hospital floor for them. That's all they know. So they can't comprehend us and what we do. They can't comprehend what this life is about down here. Like those people, like when you get on that level, they really have the mind don't even comprehend not being able to eat. It don't comprehend not being able to go to the doctor. So you can't, I tell folks, you really can't blame the rich folk for how they act because they don't know no better. It's like if you grew up in the hood your whole life, which we did, we're not going to understand how the suburban mind thinks because we didn't grow up over there. The rich people, they can't understand how our mind thinks because they didn't grow up like this. So to her, it's like, just take us to the hospital. You know, I can't do that. You can only do that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't do that.
They don't know that, everybody can't do. You know what I'm saying? They know just from like TV and stuff like that, but they have no real recollection because when you're on that type of level, you don't even see this stuff down here. It's miles and miles and miles and miles and miles away. So when I started learning that, I was like, man, you know what? That's where everybody need to be at.
Everybody
not just
need to
white,
get outside.
not everybody. People in general, we all need to be on that type of level, man.
I tell people all the time, man, it's bigger than your fucking street and your hood, man, or your city.
Yep.
You gotta go to another city and then see 5 more other cities in different regions just to really understand it. And that's why I've been in down there pretty much every region around the United States, man. And it's all the same, but you be around some people's mind are a little bit different. Just because the city they in is more money behind the city, is more things to do and more to see, and plus you got a lot more diversity. There's more like you go where I'm from, you can see black or white, but you go to another city or a different region, that city has all type of people in there: Italians, Japanese, blacks, white, Mexicans. Like if you a Mexican where I'm from, you ain't speak Mexican. You just look Mexican. You spoke good English, motherfucker. Your grandmama came over here in 1921 and they learned how to speak English. Your grandmama speak English and she's Mexican. Them the kind of Mexicans I've been around. But yeah, man, what is this? 2:18, y'all. We wrapped up about like an hour and 15 minutes of the show.
I know I got here late.
Almost 20.
Hour 20. But you know what's good? You know what? We're going to have you know what? I got to say, man, it's good to have my boy on the show, man.
No doubt.
Monzavous Edwards, man. Once again, thank you again, Jose and
Absolutely, baby.
Jose on the mic. And once again, you can see my boy, his podcast, Campus and DFW. Him and his lady, Amazing MA. This little chubby right there in the background,
Yeah. The Talkover podcast.
He needs a shot of the Sunny. But once again, thanks for having Ray, and let everybody know again how can they get in touch with you.
On the socialite side, like I say, motivate me, motivate_m.e on all my social medias. I mean, I keep my stuff traditional. Like my Facebook is my name, Monzavous Rae Edwards. You know what I'm saying? My business information. If anybody that's looking for nephew, you ain't gonna let your aunt get his stuff out, man. I'm trying to get some money.
He does that every time around the end of the show. And then they about to wrap it up. I'm gonna interrupt every outing.
Yeah.
So
like I said, this is
the kickback. It's real life in here. It's real life.
This is Chubby Slim up into the Talkover podcast.
But yeah, app information, man. Please hit me up at info. Just like info, info at the All-in-All Group, which is spelled TheAlnilam. group.com. Again, it's info at THEALNILAM group.com. The all-in-one group.com.
All right, here we go. And he's on his way back.
Here I go, y'all. I'm back like I left something, y'all. Hey, y'all. And here we go. It's the end of the Cuttacation, the Kick Back show. It's your boy Cutty Slim signing out, screaming outside righteous.